Hello, fellow warriors of God. We are at a time right now in our personal lives, in our family lives, in our communities, government, the world. We are at a time right now where there is no way of dancing around the fact that there is a major shift taking place right now. A major shift. Right now can be so hard to hear clearly what is really going on and how to move forward in the way that is the most authentic, the way that is the most aligned with, true Holy Spirit. And what I mean by this is that, make no mistake about it, we are warriors. Because every day of our lives, we are facing minor battles, medium-sized battles, and major battles taking place at an extensive scale that for some of us is dragged out through a lot of our lifetime. We're constantly facing battles of consciousness versus unconsciousness. We're constantly facing deception and certain toxicities and even our own inner desires speaking to us and seducing us into a life of unconsciousness, seducing us into walking away from who it is that we really are and what we came here to actually be and do in this lifetime. Firstly, I'd like to say welcome to Vibes and Frequencies. If you happen to be new here, my name's Nathan. And in this video, what we're really talking about is the importance right now in our lives, more than ever, for truth. Truth. See, truth is the real light. This biggest battle that's going on within us, it can really be simplified as a battle between two things. It's a battle between the truth and deceit. The truth and lies are at a continuous arm wrestle within you. And what I want you to really know is how simple it is to understand what this actually means. So I'm actually going to provide you a really easy example, okay? Imagine your bedroom is filthy. It's just covered in dirty laundry, dirty dishes. It's just an absolute mess, okay? Now, when you walk in, sometimes what happens when you walk into that is so we can feel that discomfort in that space. We can feel the uncleanness. We can feel the unpureness of that. It doesn't feel good. That's not a good energy. It's not a good manifestation. But what a lot of people do, and this is a metaphor I'm making, what a lot of people do is they're like, I don't like it in here. So they turn around and walk out. They leave, right? They don't want to deal with the mess in their room. So they walk away and leave. If you walk away and leave it, this is in essence, you're letting the lies and the deceit within you win the arm wrestle against the truth. The truth is you made this mess and it's time to clean it up. And I know you know that. And I know it's scary sometimes, trust me, because I'm dealing with a lot of messes in my life that I've made unconsciously. But this is a very powerful time in the world right now where a lot of us have built our lives and our beliefs on a very shaky foundation. Now, a storm has come into our lives because God is making a move. Now, this storm is coming through and it is tearing down so many of our houses and we're scared. Some of us are panicked and we're looking like, where is the safety net here? But I want to let you know, don't be afraid to build a new house for yourself. But make sure that when you finally are ready, you're healthy, you've got the strength within you, you have your clarity, that you build this new house that life is asking you to build right now on a foundation of truth. On a foundation of truth, because truth will stand strong in any storm. And make no mistake about it, more storms are coming. More storms are coming. That's actually why I'm making this video, not to scare you, but to help you to understand what I've come to learn for myself, that we need to build our lives on a foundation of truth because that is solid and that is what is real. Now, again, that dirty room example, I want to emphasize this further. There's something a lot of people do in the spiritual communities that I myself have been a part of, and it's a very confusing thing. And so I want to shine some truth, light on it, okay? What a lot of people do, they walk in the messy room and it's really messy and it's like a disaster for them. So what they've been taught to do is close their eyes and pretend like it's clean. Keep affirming, my room is clean. My room is clean, right? We got like the law of attraction. We got follow what feels good, follow your excitement, right? Basically, all these teachings telling you to avoid what it is that you don't want to see. But I want you to know that the truth within you, the courage of who it is that you really are, this real foundation of truth we are being called to in our lives right now, who you really are is unshakable. So never be afraid to look at what you don't want to see. Okay, so many people are turning away from what they don't want to see. They're avoiding the clean room, closing their eyes and trying to manifest that it's clean. But I want you to understand that what is real power that I've had to come to learn is being honest, the truth. Again, this is what real power is, the truth. It's what this time on the planet is all about. We are all coming to the truth. And many of us have fed into deception, even myself. And I want to let you know from somebody who is rising up right now in my life and really rebuilding a lot of things. Like, I've spent years building certain things and it has all fallen apart, and I'm rising up again, and I'm learning to build this time from a foundation of truth, that this is the power, that, this is why I'm using this storm to my advantage. I'm grateful for all of the things I've had to see and experience because God is making a move and we are seeing the truth. And the honest truth is that truth isn't always sexy, right? The truth isn't always super sellable. It doesn't always seduce you. The truth isn't like that. The truth is just, here's what's going on, You made this mess in your room and your hands are going to be the one to pick it up, But that's not a very sexy thing, right? A lot of us want to believe that the truth is supposed to be something that feels really good, right? That's what we've been taught to believe. But honestly, there are a lot of things that are going on in our lives and in the world that are not things that feel good. And we can turn away from it as much as we want, but we're going to continue to experience problem after problem after problem in our lives, all because of our unwillingness to see the truth. So I call upon you right now as a friend, as somebody, a fellow warrior of God, someone here, a warrior of truth, dare I say, do not be afraid to come to the realization that much of your life may have been built on some lies. Do not be afraid to come to this realization. I know it's scary. I know. Trust me. I've had to have the most immense courage I've ever had in my life over these last few weeks. And coming to this realization has changed everything because it makes you understand that truth is what we really need in the world. That is what all of these acts that are playing out in our lives is, this desperate grab for something to help us. So what do we reach to help us? We reach for falseness. We reach for false stories that make us feel safe, that make us feel better. Hey, it's okay. It's okay. That's the vibe we like. And I want to tell you something. It is okay. You will be okay, but you're going to be okay because you are going to realize that the truth is the most powerful and the most important thing. Period. Mic drop moment. I'm not actually going to drop the mic, but that's the mic drop moment. That's what we've been looking for. That's what this whole journey has been about. And to come to the realization that we need to realize it now, like it's more important than ever. I just want to say I've seen so many of my friends right now in the world are all going home, all going back to the reality they once left behind. This has even happened for me. I'm in my parents' yard right now in Los Angeles County. And here's what I think is really interesting about this. Most of the people I know left home on a spiritual expedition, on a spiritual adventure, and they left home. They left uncomfortable situations. They left what they did not want to experience anymore in hopes of a better life. So they leave their previous life and they go out to find a new one. Now, God really is making a move, and we have all found ourselves home. And here is what I'll say. Are you willing to see all of the things that you tried to run from, that they're still here? Are you willing to admit and acknowledge that no matter how many states away from your original home you got, no matter how many job changes you've had, no matter how many relationship changes you've had, are you courageous enough to admit that you've never been able to escape what it was that you've been trying to run from in the first place? And that nothing you've gained, no place you've gone to, no change you've made has actually fulfilled you? Well, I've had to realize this. It's because what we're looking for is the truth. My friends, it is time to stop running. It's time to stop reaching for a better life that we foolishly convince ourselves that's when I'm going to be happy. No, you cannot get away from what is happening within you. What is really going on right now? It is a battle. It is an arm wrestle within ourselves between truth and lies. It's happening all around us. And until we are willing to acknowledge the truth and come home to the responsibility of being real, then we will live a powerless life under the false hand, under a false deception, constantly trying to seduce us into an easier, more powerful life. But you know what the real power is seeing the truth that maybe life isn't always going to be easy. Maybe we are at a time right now where it is authentic to realize that we must rise up and we must be willing. We must be righteous and with the Holy Spirit to allow everything that we've built, that we've been trying to cling to, please don't fall apart in the storm. Please stay standing, house that I've built. It will not stand if it is built of any lies. And so my whole life right now is personally, it's going through a revamp. Everything that I'm doing, everything that I've been building, everything that I've rested my head upon at night as the pillow that I make myself feel safe with, it has fallen apart in the storm, because this storm is here for a reason, because we need the truth, and the truth is what will stand the testament of the storm. Are you ready? Well, there's a lot of things I could say to help guide you to the truth. But where I'm at right now in my life, to be honest, it's none of my business. It's none of my business, because I'm not going to preach something that I'm not 100% practicing in my own home, if you understand what I'm saying. I'm not quite there yet, but I'm honest and I'm working on it. And so there's a few steps I wanted to share with you that you can practice in your life right now to come into alignment with the real power, not the false deceptive power that tugs at your ego and tells you, I'm going to give you more power. I'm going to make everything easier for you, right? I'm going to give you your dreams. I'm going to this, I'm going to give you more sex, more relationships, more money, more, all these desires, right? It's a deceiving energy that has come into our lives, and we have allowed it to guide us, to fool us. Do not be fooled any longer. Snap out of it. Here's what I'm doing, and here's what I'd like to relate to you. What I think is so important right now. Be sober. Clean yourself. Clean your system. Make sure that you are taking care. This is a temple. This is your temple. Your body is your temple. Don't put drugs into it. Okay, I'm telling you, it is a massive mistake, and it opens you up to the deceiver. It opens you up to unseen things happening in other spiritual dimensions that I'm not trying to scare anybody with, and I'm never going to be a fearmonger, but I just want you to understand, take it from somebody who has been there. Clean yourself out. Clean yourself out. Be sober. Take care of yourself. Give yourself the proper nutrition. Give yourself the proper rest. Number 2, when you see things collapsing and you are having the realizations I've been having that a lot of what we've been doing isn't the real truth, and we probably, if you're like me, believed that it was the truth, but again, you can believe something that is not true. You can absolutely be 100% certain about something that is not actually true. You understand this? Simple example. I'm 100% sure that I'm wearing a purple shirt right now. I'm not. It's a lie. Okay, so we got to stop lying to ourselves, and we got to admit and understand some of the ideas that we've picked up from other people along the way, other teachers, spiritual gurus on the internet, all the books we've read. We've been fed a lot of deceit, and I do not believe that. I would like to believe that 90% of the people who have fed us the garbage that we've been building our houses out of genuinely believed they were doing the right thing. And I'd like to believe that because I have transmitted garbage in many of my videos, things that were not true. And I did so from a place of genuinely believing that I was right and that I was helping you guys. So we need to understand that evil, lies, deceit doesn't always show up in our lives through a way that seems evil. Sometimes it comes in through very well-meaning but confused people. And in order to cut through the confusion, I want you to know that don't be afraid to come to the realization that it's okay to be reborn. It's okay to start over. I think a lot of us are starting over in our lives right now. Maybe we've been hiding. Maybe we've been running. Maybe we've been reaching for things. Maybe we've accomplished some of it. I think the more you've accomplished in terms of building your house out of deceit, I think the harder it's going to be for you to surrender and turn toward the true light, to turn to the Holy Spirit, because I think what is the scariest to us is the acknowledgement that, like, for me, for example, all of the following I've amassed, all of the time and energy I've spent, I literally almost finished a book, 187 pages, months, sitting there pouring energy into this, not months, a month and a half. Courses I've made, videos I've put out on the internet, and to come to the realization that I was under the influence of the deceiver playing games from within, tricking me. I was tricked, and I don't want you guys to be tricked. So I'm going to show up and I'm going to be honest, but I want to let you know the biggest thing right now is do not be afraid to start over, but make sure that your starting over is everything. Everything you're laying down in your life is built on a foundation of truth, because more storms are coming, and the only structures that will withstand the storm, the move that God is making right now, is truth. That's it. All falseness will crumble. All falseness will break away in the presence of the truth, in the presence of the true light. So please be courageous right now in your life. I say this having had been someone really going through it over the last few weeks, but coming to our senses is a beautiful thing. Please have the courage to move forward with those senses. You understand what I'm saying? Don't be afraid to start over. Many things in your life may be falling apart, and I understand it looks like many things in the world around us are falling apart, but it is a move that God is making. You need to trust in God, and what I've come to see is that it's happening on purpose. All of the deceit is being dissolved. The light is winning. If you want to join the winning side, you better start being real, you better start being genuinely honest, and you better acknowledge that plugging your ears and covering your eyes and just wishing for your room to be clean, it's not going to do it. It's just not going to do it. You got to clean that room. It's time to clean, guys. God is making a move. Thank you so much for hearing this message. If you know someone in your life that would benefit from this, please send it their way. Thank you. We really are a team. We are all in this together, and there is a massive, dare I say, battle taking place. There really is. But it is happening within us. And when we see it happening outside of us, in others, on government levels, whatever, understand that those things are being played out through people who have allowed themselves to be led by the deceit within. So the best thing you could do first and foremost, show up within. Let the truth and the light win within you. And then you can rise up and you can move forward and you can allow God to use you in beautiful ways. Thanks. Much love to you. And for all of my friends who saw my disappearance for a while with no mention at all, I really was going through a lot, and I'm so grateful. This storm hit me hard, but I'm here. It's time. It's time to be of the truth, for the truth. And I just wanted to apologize to everyone that I've ever transmitted any deceiving energy into your life. I really thought I was helping people. I really thought I was right. I've come to see so many of my false delusions, and I promise you that I'm going to show up more courageously, more in the true light, in the true power, every single week, coming to you guys, 3 videos a week. I have so many things in the works right now, all aimed at being real. So thank you. And I look forward to seeing you in the next video. See you there.